What's up everyone, welcome to my channel, and in today's video I'm doing a mini twist tutorial on my natural hair. Now last time I made this video I actually did it back in, I want to say like September, October time, and I did it on my blown out hair, but today I want to switch it up and I'm actually not going to stretch my hair before doing this tutorial. Also, I'm going to be trying a new product. So today I'm going to be trying the Camille Rose Spiked Honey Mousse. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with this product, but I've been seeing it like on my timeline as I've been watching mini twist tutorials. And there's actually a YouTuber that I follow. Her name is Ashley Massey, and she uses this. And I actually love how her mini twists come out. They're always so juicy and just full. And I don't know if it's due to the product or I think her natural hair is just beautiful, but I decided to just give it a try. Right now, my hair is pretty dirty, to be honest with you. I was gonna say clean, but I haven't even washed my hair yet. You might not be able to see it on camera, but this is kind of like what my scalp looks like. I think you might be able to see it a little bit better. Funny enough, I love the way my hair looks when I take out like braids or twists. I know it looks a little chopped now, but when I first took it out, I was like, hold on, this is giving like effortless and just everything I need. But right now it's just kind of sticky and dirty and all the things. So I'm gonna wash my hair and I'm gonna use a Design Essentials shampoo. Actually, let me go and get it. I'll be back. This is the Design Essentials Honey Cream Moisture Retention shampoo. This is actually a detangling shampoo, but I want to use it for my wash day because I think it does a really great job like cleansing and clarifying my scalp. I'm on the lookout for a new shampoo and conditioner, so if you have any recommendations, please let me know. I have low porosity hair. My hair can go for a lot of moisture and my scalp is kind of sensitive. So any recommendations, please let me know. I'm gonna use the Carol's Daughter Cocoa Cream Quenching shampoo as well. The reason why I'm going to use this one is because I think it'll help kind of bring back moisture to my hair, because this one I think will strip my hair. So I'm going to do two shampoos. Hopefully it doesn't strip my hair too much. And then I'm gonna go in with a conditioner. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I love the Camille Rose Black Castor Oil Deep Conditioner. I use this a lot, and I think I'm almost done with it. So I wanna finish this up first. And yeah, I'm not gonna show you like the whole wash day routine because I don't really have like a setup for that, but I'll come back once my hair is fully washed and go from there. Alright guys, so I just got finished washing my hair. Right now my hair is wrapped in a microfiber towel. If you don't know, that towel is very beneficial. It helps to just not pull out any hair strands, and it's definitely softer than like a regular towel. My hair has a lot of moisture in it. I think the shampoo and conditioner that I used really helped to kind of lock in that added moisture, which is going to be very helpful as I go in for my mini twist. Now, if you know me, the worst part of any style for me is actually parting. So I'm really going to keep it simple. I'm just going to do 3 sections, 2 in the front and then 1 larger section in the back. When parting my hair, I like to actually twist the front sections just so that it's not in my way. I find that if I don't twist the sections and kind of pull them in the bun, then they're kind of like constantly falling in my face and it can just get swept up in other hair strands. So I like to twist them and then wrap them and then use a clip to kind of secure it in place. So once your hair is divided into the relevant sections, now it's time to split your hair up so you can begin the twists. I like to go in with a smaller rat tail comb just to get a more defined, I guess, parting line. Again, you don't have to be too neat with this. You can kind of use your fingers if you wanted to. I think as long as your hair doesn't look too gappy, you should be fine. Alright, my hair right now is pretty damp, so I think I'm going to go in with the mousse. For each strand, I like to use at least a good amount, so I use like a pump and a half. I do like to smell the products because I find that some products kind of give me a headache, or they can be too chemically, if that's a word. So I like to just smell it. This product is pretty good in terms of smell. I'm going to rake that product through my hair with my fingers, and then I'm going to go in with a brush that I just purchased. This kind of helps just get rid of any extra tangles. I forgot the name of this brush. I'll put it on the screen, but this brush was amazing. I need to do a separate review of that because it's just an amazing brush. And then once your hair is fully detangled, you're going to split your section into 2 sections and begin the twist. Now, I know it's super popular to start with the braid and then the twist. I personally do not do that. I just twist all the way through. I make sure that the root has a good amount of product. And then, yeah, I just start twisting. I would best describe twisting as just wrapping one strand after another. I like to kind of wrap and then I pull the strand down, kind of raking the product through the rest of my strands. And I try to wrap really tight just so that, you know, I don't have a super loose curl. In the close-up, it looks like I'm using a lot of product. Don't worry, it's not going to show up as any white residue. This is just a good indicator that, you know, your product is really saturating your hair and it's really going to make a difference in the moisture level. So that's kind of how one twist looks. As you can see, it's almost like my curls are trying to jump out of the twist, if that makes sense. Like, if you see a regular twist, it's not as curly as mine are, and I think it's because my hair is wet. I'll kind of explain that later in terms of the final outcome, but that's kind of how my twists turned out. And then I'm moving on to the second twist for the back of my hair, doing the same thing. Just wetting the strand, adding a pump and a half of product, raking that product through my hair, and then twisting my strand. I also like to twirl kind of the end of the curl as well, just so it can lock the product in place and so the twist will not unravel. And yeah, so I ended up doing 2 twists in the back. I probably could have split that even smaller, but I'm not a huge fan of small twists. I kind of like the medium size, so I wasn't too mad about that size in the back. So yeah, I'm just going to keep going through the rest of my hair doing the same process.
Okay guys, so I kind of jumped ahead. I already finished one half of my hair and now I'm on kind of like the final section. So far, I wasn't too mad about the hair, the way it came out. It's really hard to tell when your hair is wet still how your final twist will look, but right now it didn't look like there was a lot of frizz. There was a little bit like at the top of my hair, but I don't mind a little bit of frizz if I'm being honest. And yeah, I'm just going to show you how I did this last section using the comb as well, because the front of your hair is what a lot of people see, so you want to make sure you're more intentional with that part of your hair. Let me know in the comments if you like to start your mini twist off with the braid, or if you're more of a twist all the way through type of person. I'm interested to see, if you've noticed a difference in the different techniques. Alright, so this is my hair completely done. Every strand of my hair is twisted. As you can see, there is a little bit of the white product in the front of my hair, but that's just gonna go away. And yeah, I would say my hair has definitely gotten long since I've done this style in the past. So it's interesting to see like how it will look once I dry it. The next step in this process is just to go over it with a diffuser. I use this diffuser, I think I got this from Target, and it's an okay diffuser. I have no complaints really. It doesn't add any frizz, and it does a great job drying my hair. I like to hover over the top of my head first, kind of drying the roots, and then I kind of hover over the rest of my hair as well, getting any strands.
Okay guys, well I am back. It is the next day. My hair is now officially dry, so I wanted to show you kind of what it looks like underneath this bonnet. And you know what's so funny about this bonnet? I actually got this from the hair store, and I really like this bonnet compared to other bonnets that I've had in the past. And you're probably like, what's the big difference? Well, the difference is that it has like this thicker, I don't know if the word is thicker, but a wider like band around my head, so it actually stays on throughout the night. So quick tip, if you're struggling with your bonnet like constantly falling off, maybe think about getting one with a thicker band so that it stays on all the time. All right, so here goes nothing. All right guys, so these are the results. hopefully you can see it. There's actually more light outside today, so maybe you can see it. So this is kind of like how my hair turned out. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when I looked at it last night after it was kind of like 90% dry, I was a little disappointed because I'm not used to my hair looking this way. I feel like it looks a little gappy, if I'm being honest. I'm used to my twist being a little thicker, and I think I actually did the size a little bit smaller. Like, for example, I really like the size of this one. I'm not sure if you can see it. Oh, the tree is in the way again, but yeah, I don't know like how I feel about it. Like, it's not, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. But I do think it's kind of growing on me now that I'm looking at it again in the mirror, and the twists have like expanded a little bit more. So I'm gonna go through some of the pros and cons of using the Camille Rose foam, as well as kind of like my technique that I use this time around. So one of the pros is that my hair feels very soft, but it still has hold. I've used other foams in the past, such as the Design Essentials foam, and I used another foam, I can't think of it at the top of my head, but sometimes it can be either too much hold or it can be too soft. So I think this is like a nice balance, and it really reminds me of the Dew foam. I actually can show you it here. So the Dew Mousse Def foam, very similar. Another pro of my hair right now is that it feels very like moisturized. Doesn't feel dry. It actually doesn't look dry either. So that's really nice that, you know, I feel like I used a lot of moisture, which is great, and I think it'll last throughout the week. I feel like when I was using the Dew, and I love the Dew, like this is #1, but when I was using this foam, it just was very soft to the touch. I also like the smell better, and if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about this Dew pump. Like, it takes forever for the product to come out, and I did not experience it with this foam better. And I'll actually show you the back as well. All right, time to get into some of the cons. So my #1 con with my hair and how it came out is just the density of it. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but some of the twists, like it starts off thick at the top, but then at the bottom, it gets just a little straggly. And I don't really like that. You know, I want my twist to look consistent throughout my hair and throughout my head. And I think it has to do kind of just with the natural density of my hair and my curl texture. Towards the end, it's kind of curling like a regular wash and go would curl, as opposed to the top, which really did well with like manipulation and the twist style. I'm not like super mad about the length of my hair, and honestly, I actually thought my hair was gonna be shorter, so it was nice that I didn't even like stretch my hair or blow dry it out, and it still came out with a fairly decent, you know, length. My biggest con is just it doesn't look full. I gotta figure out what it is. I also think that I just went smaller this time around, so my hair just doesn't look as full. What's up, everyone? So I actually wanted to show you how my hair looks after a week. Right now my hair is up in like a little clip that you can see. I put a little black clip in there just to kind of like mix it up a little bit, but I gotta admit that my mini twists have definitely grown on me. I know, oh, let me stop shaking the table. I keep shaking the table. I need to stop doing that. Earlier in the video, I didn't really like how they came out. They looked a little bit too bony for me, but over time, I actually think they look really cute. I'm gonna take it out just so you can see it. I probably don't recommend like manipulating your hair too much the first week, but because I do plan on taking these out probably in the next couple of days, I don't really mind it. And I kind of want to see what my hair looks like in different styles. Come closer to the camera. But the curls or the twists still look pretty juicy. They look like they've recently just gotten done, which I love. The ends are still like a little bit unraveled, I would say, but I don't think it's because it's been so long since I've done my hair. I think it's just my hair texture has a lot to do with it, and like I mentioned earlier, I want to actually twist with larger strands so that it doesn't look so small. But I don't know, like I think it actually has grown on me, and I'm excited. Like I think this mousse has a lot to do with it. Also been doing is using my Olaplex hair oil, this bonding oil that I bought. Again, this is one of my favorite oils to use on my hair, so I've been just using a little bit. A little goes a long way. Rubbing it in my hands and then rubbing it in my hair just to give it more shine and a little bit more moisture. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this twist video. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button because I definitely want to create more hair content, especially with my natural hair. I'm also on a hair growth and length retention journey, so I'm gonna be documenting that. That's something you're interested in. Please subscribe, keep watching, and yeah, let's go on this hair growth journey together.